Is 2026 the year you're going to make an effort to make better and more consistent content? Well, this video is for you. How do tech lovers, entrepreneurs, and busy freelancers stay productive without drowning in bad tech, apps, or chaos? That's the question, and this YouTube channel will give you the answers. My name is Nick, and this is Let's Chat Tech with Nick. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, and this is Let's Chat Tech with Nick. Now, in my previous video, I talked about planning out your year and doing a yearly review, as well as planning out your day and how I use Notion for that. Well, I want to do a similar video, but I want to talk about creating content this week. Now, when it comes to creating content, I use Notion for everything. And as a social media manager and a digital marketer, I've used so many different systems, so many different apps, and I even use spreadsheets for a very long time. But I've built everything I do out of Notion now. So in this video, I want to give you a little walkthrough on how I create content in Notion and how that can help you be a lot more consistent and create better content heading into 2026. Now, diving into my content planning hub, the first thing I have is my planning inbox. And this is important. With Notion, you could add a widget to your phone's home screen. And what I do throughout the day, anytime an idea pops in my head, I open up that widget and I automatically save all of my content ideas into my planning inbox. And then from there, I have it sectioned off using the PARA method: projects, areas, resources, and archive. So if it's content that I haven't created yet and I need to create, I throw that into the content bucket. So once I type in on the widget, it goes into my inbox. And then I could add notes if I want. I could add a status, or I can change the status, but I'll get that in a second. I could do a review date if I need it to have it to remind me. But once I'm done with it in my inbox, I change the status from either inbox and then it goes into my projects, areas. And once I do that, it leaves the inbox and automatically goes straight into the projects area. And then from there, when I'm done with it, I can archive it and it automatically gets deleted out of there. Now, the second stage to the content planner is I have a social media content planner. And I use this for Facebook content, LinkedIn, Instagram, anything that's not a video. All of my posts go into here. So you can separate it by week, by day, but whatever it is. So when I create content, I create it for the whole week and it sections it off by week. And then you could add your posting time. So I use Metricool personally, so I can see when the best times to post and schedule my content out. So I make sure I do that, what platform it's going to go to. I write in the caption. So when I'm planning out my content, I can easily hit the copy button and go right into Metricool or whatever planner that you use. The hashtags that I use, which now, especially with Instagram, I only use 3 hashtags, and I use hashtags on LinkedIn, Instagram, and on TikTok. And I just use 3. From there, you could add your image name. For me, I save that in a specific folder for each client, for myself, for each platform that I'm using. So I know where that is when I'm going to grab the photo to schedule it. A URL, so if there's a call to action post, I could put down my call to action here. If you have the Notion paid plan, instead of having all of your images, say on Google Drive or on your computer, you could add your image here. And then I have it when it's finished and then the status of that post. I'm creating it, if I have to send it to a client for review, if it's scheduled, and then once it's done. So that's the content calendar for the social media content, the main social media content. Now, from there, I have one for just short form videos. So when I'm making content for shorts, for Reels and for my TikToks. I do all of the planning in here. And it's a very similar database to what the social media content calendar is, but there is another step here. And I have two areas for all of my research and my notes. I click on this tab and I can put all of my notes for the video, all of the research that I've done in there. And then from there, I can go into the script. And I have that sectioned off to the intro of the video, the hook, the actual body, the content of the video, and then the call to action at the end of the video. So when I'm doing my filming, I have the script right here up on one monitor, and then I have my camera here so I can do all of my filming. So doing this for YouTube is exactly what I'm doing right now. And then for my long form content, it goes into a little bit deeper. I like to have this sectioned off by project status. So I could actually drag a video from when it's scheduled to when it's published, or if I'm in the scripting phase, I could just move that over to the filming phase, and I can move that along the process from the idea phase to scripting to filming to editing. And then if it was a video that I was scripting and I have 5 videos in front of it, I could put that on hold. But in this video, I have a little more detail here from the tags that I want to add to it. So if it's a specific video that I want to add a tag that I can search, I could add tags there. To the niche, so if it's for entrepreneurs, if it's for Samsung users, for laptop users, whatever the case is, whatever the niche I want to focus a video on, I could type that. Obviously the status, if there's a sponsor for the video, when I want to publish it, so on and so forth. Underneath there, I have the title that I want. I could plan out all my ideas for the title, for the caption, and anything else that I want for sponsors. And then I get into the same thing. Research and scripting is the same as my short form videos. And then I have my filming schedule built in right here. So I could easily know I have to film everything at the desk, and then all the B-roll, I have to go here to film B-roll, there to film B-roll. That's all planned out. Not only that is if you create newsletters, and this is something I highly recommend for all creators. Even if you use the free version for Kit, it used to be called ConvertKit, and I think you could have up to about either 500 or 1,000 contacts, and you can have one email automation with that as well. But you could also add an email and have, if you set up a form on a website, you could have a lead magnet attached to an email and have that automatically sent. But when it comes to social media, all of our social media platforms are rented. We don't own any of these platforms. So if, say, TikTok up and vanishes one day, a lot of people might be screwed because they have put all of their effort to building their following there. If you grow your following, get them into an email list, and that's something that you own. You have all of that email you could use to send emails, keep updates. A new video came out, send an email to your list so they can get it quicker. If you send a TikTok out that you want people to see, and if you're quote unquote shadow banned there, you can send an email to your email list and have them go interact. But I have same type of a system. You can plan out all of your emails. I personally like the way I do it. I have 3 topics. I have a main body of my email. I have 3 topics that I talk about each week. And then I write in what book I'm currently reading that week. My latest YouTube video goes out. And I have a quote each and every week. So you can modify this to whatever you want, but this is the best way you can plan all of your emails. You can modify it to just one topic, plan your email, and then copy that into ConvertKit or MailChimp or ActiveCampaign, whatever you want to use. Personally, I use Kit to send out all of my emails. And if you create sales funnels, I do have a planner in there, but we're not going to go into that because not a lot of people use sales funnels, but you can plan out that there. That's it. So that's it. That's a quick run through my content calendar and how I plan out all of my short form videos and my long form videos, as well as my email newsletter. And if you'd like to sign up for my email newsletter, I'll put a link in the description below. As well, if you want to get a copy of this content calendar planning hub, I'll put a link in the description for that as well. And like always, if you got any value, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, all that other fun stuff, and I'll see you on the next video.